Oh my god, where's my other cheat? Oh no. Oh, I thought I dropped the big one. I got the big one. Look at these. Yeah, I'm working on that right now, actually. I don't know if you're talking about the 2D one or the 3D one, but I'm working on the 3D one right now. I just made a new test level. Right now, I optimized this and I'm organizing all of the code, trying to fix this old code that I have. Because this is like from a couple months ago. So I optimized the code. So, because I have a bunch of these sprites and I'm putting them into one sprite instead because the old code was using a different way of doing this, but now I got it all fixed. And look at that, it's almost, well, it is at 200 FPS, but this is just a test level, so it's kind of being weird. But I plan on getting this to like at least 400 FPS. And for GameMaker, that's really good. And then I'm gonna add delta time to it, which I have delta time already, but it's not functional right now, but it's set up. So um, the ramps are working. Um, it's just the ramps work, like the floors work as well. They just don't have physics yet, but you can jump on the ramps and everything. Like the collisions work, but the physics don't work yet. I'm working on the physics still, like making it work like 2D, like my 2D engines. A fixed time step is what delta time is. I'm pretty sure, unless you have more information on what that is. I'm all ears because I haven't used delta time. I've used delta time before, but not in any sort of like real project. So I never really delved into it as much. I know what it is though, but fixed. Oh, you've implemented delta time. I've always had trouble with delta time. I'm still having. I have to use it in this because I got my game running at 200 FPS. So I gotta use a fixed time step, I suppose. Um, hmm. I think something's up with this. Now that I'm testing it. I think I know why. Yeah, I know why. I remember. I had a problem where I used delta time for one of my projects. It was just like an intro project, like a test project I was using, and I had trouble with the animations. Something was just off about it. I was trying to get like the animations to work with the actual code I was using, and like something was wrong with it. I can't really point my finger at it, but I bet I could fix it now because I'm better at doing this kind of stuff now. But it was a while ago when I was younger, and I really didn't understand what I was doing. Now I kind of have an idea. So let's see what he said. He said delta time, where I think you just divide or multiply most variables by delta, causes problems with physics not being consistent. Yeah, that's something I was having trouble with. Like you multiply the variables, like anything that's an animation or anything that moves, you multiply it by delta time. But I was having like, it just was getting a different, things were moving differently than they would be if I wasn't using delta time, and it was weird. But I think that's because the frame rates always move up and down. So when you don't use delta time, the movement kind of looks Like you would think it's consistent when you don't use delta time, but when you use delta time, it is consistent, so it just looks different. So you got to just work with the consistency, and because people are used to using the FPS and without delta time, so everything just kind of moves up and down. So it's like weird. Well, let's see what he has to say. For example, if you make jumping using delta time, sometimes Sonic will jump higher and even higher if the CPU stutters or something. Ah, interesting. Hold on, wait. If you just use, if you make jumping using delta time, sometimes Sonic will jump higher. So to get the physics to be consistent every time, you would use a fixed time step. Ah, so yeah, I read about a fixed time step. That's what I was going to add into this. I guess what I was gonna do was just use delta time, but now that you said that, I probably have to use a fixed time step. So that's what I was gonna ultimately do. Like if the delta time wasn't giving me consistent results, I was gonna use some sort of other variable to like lock it at a certain number. So I guess that's what a fixed time step is. I was gonna lock it to some other variable either way, like I'm gonna screenshot that if delta time or just divide not being consistent. Thanks for telling me that. Purple Rain, are you the person I'm talking to on Discord about the 2D Sonic physics? Are you the one that I was helping before with the angle thing? I'm not sure if that's you. I feel like it's you though. But it's you. It's you. Oh, yeah. It's nice to see you, man. It's nice. I'm glad. I'm surprised you know so much about coding and delta time and everything, and you're still having trouble with, I mean, what we're trying to do isn't easy. I'm surprised though that because you seem pretty smart. You seem smarter than me at this. You know more about this than I do, probably. Um, just me, I'm just a very I'm creative, so I can make this work with even garbage code. You know, I can use like any sort of code and make this work. If you seen the code for this game, you'd be like, oh my god, this guy does spaghetti code. Um, um, so I think if you want, you would use a fixed time step and make the physics process 60 times a second only. Things like camera can use delta time, I think. I feel like it would be best to just use the fixed time step for so if you use a fixed time step, what's the point of using delta time then? Do you even need delta time in that case? So why do people use delta time then? That's what it's called, a spin-off. I've been trying to look for that word forever. Spin-off. I was trying to. That's what it's called. I want to try to make a bunch of Sonic spin-off games. I guess you would call this a spin-off game, sort of. No, Sonic games are hard to put together. They are. It's not. It's not like you can get one started, but actually making one good with the collisions and the physics is hard. It's hard. Me, I've been doing collisions for so long, and I just started being able to get it correct. Like I could do the collisions now. Now I'm working on the physics. I still haven't. finished the physics yet. I've done I've done 2D Sonic. I made him run up the go and have 360 movement. I already done that, but the collisions were broken on that project, so I just got the collisions to work on my projects, and now I'm gonna work on doing the physics and stuff, which is the easy part in my opinion. The collisions is always the hard part. But now I know how collisions work. I can make pretty solid collisions with anything. I'm gonna make it so you can run up that loop, run around the loop, jump on it and everything. By the way, I think maybe things that move in the background, like snow, use delta time to appear smooth on monitors with higher refresh rates. See, you're definitely right. You gotta just test what works, I suppose, when delta time. There's probably a lot of articles on it that you could read. One little thing, have you noticed these bushes look 3D because they change angles? Um, I'm thinking of building a team to make a fan game. Good luck. I've tried building teams and it never works. Game developers are very hard to deal with. We're really irritated. We're really mean. We don't like to listen. We have several side projects of our own, so working on a team's hard. It's hard to get people to listen to you. It really is. Your game has. I would suggest only starting a team if your game is almost done. Like I would start the game, get it all set up, and then try to hire a team. The only way to keep a game dev team together is if people are getting paid. Like you have to pay people, or nobody's gonna stick around. Because even when you pay people, it could be hard because people could just collect money and just not really work on things for real. Like they'll just take your money. You never know. It's hard to do game dev with people. That's why this game isn't done. Looks good though, right? Don't it? No, it doesn't 3D look so cool in Game Maker. It's all optimized and pretty. Look at it. Looks so pretty. Need a cool 3D Sonic game. Look at this. Um, yes, you gotta at least people gotta believe in the project. People gotta be passionate about it, and most people aren't gonna get passionate about just an idea. You come to people with an idea, they're like, yeah, the idea sounds cool, but they got their own ideas. Like if you got something people could see, then people will be like, oh, I see where this is going. I'm willing to put my time and effort into this, and maybe if you pay me, I'll help you. Like, you can't just think people are just gonna help you because they're not. They're really not. People are not reliable, bro. They are not. Um, and game developers are in their own world. They're working on their own stuff. They don't. They gotta sit in front of a computer all day, so it's like most game devs are not they're not very social, so they're not easy to talk to. They're not really, fun. to interact with. Some of them are cool, but a lot of them are just, they're hard to deal with, is what I'm gonna say. See, you're saying, what idea do you like more, OC spinoff or Persona? Like, me, I'm just thinking, I'm like, what is this dude talking about? You know what I mean? I say do whatever you want to do, right? Make your game and try to share it with other game developers, and the people that actually like it are the most likely to help you. Because I'm telling you right now, it's hard to get people. You know how many people like Sonic games, and I can't even find people to help me with my Sonic games, and my Sonic games are cool. My Sonic games are actually cool, and people don't want to help me. Nobody wants to help me. Everybody's like, nope. Nobody even wants to touch what I'm doing. No one even bother. People are like, 3D Sonic game? Oh no, get away from me. You know what I mean? Not how many game developers I ask. I'm like, hey, can you help me with this 3D Sonic game? They're like, nope, nope, not doing it, not doing it. I'm out, I'm out. No, don't even say that. Something about 3D Sonic games that just are hard to do. I think that's why Sega has so much trouble with it, because it's not like an easy thing to do. Game like most people, they want to make something fun. They want to have fun while they're making it. It's like it's easy to make a game like Skyrim. It's easy to make a game like GTA. It's easy to make a game like Call of Duty, like a first-person shooter. Those games are actually easy to make. Like I can go into Unity right now and make those games easily. You know, besides the AAA production of animations and 3D modeling. Besides that, though, that you pay people to do. You pay people to sit there and model those models all day and do those animations and stuff. But the actual core gameplay itself, getting the physics to work for a Call of Duty game, is pretty easy. Like most of those games are just like fancy animations and stuff. But like a Sonic game has like collisions in physics that are really hard to program. So that programmer gotta work like double time, bro. Like you gotta hire a bunch of people to do that. And nobody wants to do that. Oh yeah, you gotta know what you're doing with that. You ever seen those 3D Sonic engines and Roblox? They're all fancy with the nice like 3D physics, and like even those are broken. And there's people that are putting a lot of effort into those Roblox Sonic games, where you could jump on the rails and stuff, and those physics are amazing, and even those are broken. And I bet somebody put a lot of time and effort into those. Even Sonic Utopia, it's like a 3D open world Sonic game with nice physics. It's really good, but even that has glitches. I've seen the glitches. I tested it. I played with the physics. It has glitches. You know how hard it is. Sega didn't even do it yet. I didn't even do it yet, and I am Sonic. Like my game's gonna have good physics. This is gonna be like 2D physics and 3D, and I didn't even do it yet. And I am Sonic. So I'm gonna tell you how hard it is. They haven't done it yet. Nobody's done it yet. No one has done perfect 3D Sonic physics yet. They're waiting on me to do it because I guess I'm the blue hedgehog, so I gotta do it. But holler at me, Sega, I guess. But because I know how to do it. I just don't have the time to. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I know how to do it though. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. If I had a budget of like $1 million, probably more than that, and a couple people, I can get it done. Sega holler at me, but oh yeah, yeah. Don't sleep on those Roblox game developers. They know what they're doing. Those 3D Sonic engines are good. They're good. They are good. But they have issues. They have issues with them, but they're good. They're good. They're real good. They're impressive. Like I when I play them, I'm like, wow, they put all this time and effort into a Roblox game. They could have just worked on a Sonic game and got Sega to finish it or something. But it is what it is. Think what it's so hard because as you could tell, there's nothing on the internet. Purple, like you can't find anything about 3D Sonic physics on the internet. It's like impossible to find. You gotta pretty much do it. You gotta, if you know, you know. That's basically it. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. If you don't, get good. You know what I mean? You gotta have like years of experience. Like you gotta know how 3D games work first, and then you gotta figure out how physics work, and then thing and collision, and then you figure it out. You're only 14. You're only 14, dude, and you're make. Oh, I thought purple was 14. Tyson's 14. I was like, purple, you're 14. You're making a Sonic game. Like, wow, it's like pretty smart for a 14-year-old. When I was 14, I was stupid. I was making like point and click games. Purple, this is what I suggest as somebody that's been trying this for a long time. Don't make a Sonic game. Don't make a Sonic game. What I want you to do instead, you can do whatever you want, but the better idea is don't make a full game. What you want to do is make your own physics engine perfect. Make a perfect 2D physics engine. Make If you're gonna do 3D, make a 3D physics engine because that alone is hard enough. But don't worry about the art and the animations yet. Just do the engine. Finish the engine entirely, make it work with just like boxes, like how Sonic looks in debug mode. Just make it boxes, make all the enemies boxes, just make the whole game functional first, and then just do the art on top of it. Because then at that stage you could maybe hire an artist to do that, because you can make a guide. That'd be nice of you. That would help a lot of people. But the reason I don't want to make a guide is because I don't want to help people that don't deserve it, bro. Because if everybody knows how to make a Sonic, like if anybody can make a Sonic game perfect and super easily, just people are just gonna make Sonic games. It's not gonna be cool for me anymore. I'm like, wow, I put all this work into something, and then just anybody can do it now, which I don't care. I guess so, right? I was planning on giving my engine away, just letting it be downloadable, but I feel like people would make stupid stuff with it. Like instead of Sonic, they'd put something stupid on there, and like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I put too much hard work into my stuff just to be giving it to people. I'm like sitting here for hours and hours programming, and I'm just gonna give it to people. Let them let them make a Sonic game. Probably wouldn't even credit my engine. They'll just pretend like they did it. Be like, oh yeah, I made that engine. Who knows? But it would be cool if people like credit me and stuff, and it's the IRL Sonic engine or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, people would use your engine. They'd be like, "How do I do this? How do I do that?" And they don't even know how to use it. Most of the time, people are just gonna steal your code. They're just gonna pretty much edit your engine as much as they can. Not really. There'll be some people that make a full game with it, and actually like make something good with it. I guess people would make good stuff with it. You know what I mean? There's people out there. There's people I know that would wish people would release a good Sonic engine, because there are good ones, but there's the only good ones that are for Game Maker, at least. They're all pretty buggy, and if you don't know how to like fix things, your game's gonna be as buggy as the engine is. Some of the collisions are weird, wonky. Uh, I think Christian Whitehead with Sonic Mania engine, he didn't release it because that engine's really good. I doubt he wanted to release that engine. He was like, I'm not letting these guys have this. Like, you're not getting my Sonic engine, no way. You know what I mean? I wish he would let that release that engine. I'd be on that like that. I'd be editing that thing every day. I'd be hacking that engine. So good. Like every time I play Sonic Mania, and even Sonic Mania has glitches. Like I've seen Sonic Mania glitches that aren't even in my engine. I'm like, wow, I did this better. Like that's what I'm trying to make something that just doesn't have glitches and it's optimized and it's pretty much like perfect. And then I'm gonna make my Sonic games with it. I want something that's good. It's like good, good, good. Um. Oh yeah, maybe he was. Maybe he was gonna release it. And Sega was like, no, no, you don't. Sega was like, nah, we're not gonna have all these Sonic games coming out because people would be on that. You know how many new Sonic Mania games there'd be? They'd lose so much money, probably. People would just be playing that. Who knows? Oh yeah, they put a shutdown of that. They're like, oh no. I would focus on, yeah, instead of making a Sonic game, just make the engine so that like once you have the engine done, you could use it for like all your games. You'll have like something that works for with everything. Um, that's what I'm doing. I'm not focusing on actually finishing the game until, because I want to pay people to help me and stuff. I want people to actually help me. Um, I'm not doing all that by myself, bro. I'm making all these animations and everything. I'm gonna try to, but it's not worth it. it's not worth doing everything yourself. It really isn't. It takes too long, and it's not even. It doesn't come out as good. It's like when you got other people helping you, everything just looks better. Like you can't be good at everything. You got to face the facts. There's people that are better than animating at you, better than animating than you. There's people that are better than coding at you. There's people that are better at art than you. Yeah, there's people that make better 3D Sonic models better than me. I seen it. I'm like, wow, how do you even do that? You know, there's people that can animate way better than me. I can just make the Sonic model, and then someone animates it for me, and I don't gotta even touch it. And I'm just like, well, give them a couple $100, save me like a year of my life. Like if I make a really good 3D Sonic engine, then it could be used very in a very good way because yeah, this 3D Sonic engine's in Game Maker, which is very limited. I could I could put this into Unity, and that's a game changer. I can like remake it in Unity with the same code, and it'd be able to handle 3D animations and everything and stuff. Because I know how to use C sharp and whatnot, and C++ and everything. No, you don't. You don't want to even bother. Like when you're programming, just program. Don't worry about the art. Don't even waste your time. You know, trust me, because you're gonna start programming, and then you're gonna start making art and stuff and animations, and it's gonna take all the time away from your actual programming. Then you're gonna get stuck, and you're not gonna figure out how to program things quicker because you're not learning, and you're getting stuck, and you're all hung up on making art and stuff. And then when you get back to programming, it's going to mess up all your art because you're not finished with your animation. And then by the time you're done programming something, you're going to go back to your art, and you're going to be like, oh, I don't even feel like finishing it now. It's like it was a while ago when I animated this. I don't even like it anymore. And you're gonna be like splitting your attention too much. Like, that's what I've learned over the years, that if you're gonna make like a game, like if you're a programmer, just keep programming. That's it. Just keep doing it. You're gonna finish things faster. Like right now, I'm not worried about the art. Like I made that pond model right there, but that's about it. The rest of it is like from and I made that loop de loop model because I wanted to, but these sprites are from Sonic 3D Blast. Like I didn't make these sprites at all. So, or the textures, or the background. I just, use other people's art for as like templates, like holding, like you know, just to get your game done. Just to have some sort of visual for your programming. It's advice from somebody that I've been doing this, so I know what can happen. Um, exactly. I don't think he does want to help. He codes, but I don't think he would help either. Yeah, I can do music too. Like I pretty much learned how to do a lot of stuff, but it's good to experiment. Like sometimes, like work on music, sometimes do that, but you still want to keep your focus. You want to keep your focus because if you could just focus on programming, then you get better in it, and then you could finish your engine. And once you have your engine finished, you could focus on your art. You know, that's why I say if you're a programmer, make your engine first, and then you could reuse your engine for the other games. And then if you want to make another game, if you're working on one, that's even better. Just make the engine and then make the art and stuff. Like do that afterwards. Or do it first. If you want to make the art and all the music first, do that first and then hire a programmer to program it. Make it easier for you cuz you gotta pick one, you can't program and make art and music all at the same time. You can't. You can, but kind of can't. It's too much. It's way too much. Unless you're just like a genius like I am. Like I don't even I already know how to program, so I don't need to learn. But when you're first learning how to program, that's all you want to focus on. Me, I'm already a super genius programmer, so I'm past that hurdle. But yeah. Mm-mm. What was I doing? Um, run fall. Uh, what the? That looks funny. Okay, so it is working. I just had a bug. I did. I commented out some code in my game, and look at this funny glitch it did. It turns into a red sphere. The Doom guy. I didn't even think I had that sprite still in the game. I gotta delete that. But like the way he like changes sprite based on the angle is from a Doom game. Like this was originally some like old Doom engine from Game Maker a while ago. It's somewhere still. I don't know where. But I don't know if someone gave this to me. No, it's not janky. I'm fixing the code. The it was not janky like a couple minutes ago. I'm like fixing I'm like editing something. Uh you can see the code here. I'm like making it different right here. I'm trying to fix it, but so and I don't want to use these sprites anymore. I think I'm gonna try to find the other ones. You think the game looks janky in general? Like the actual game itself looks janky. It is very janky right now. You are correct. Sonic sprites when you rotate the camera looks janky. I think it looks good to me. actually have a direction line that shows it's correct, when he rotates. I think this looks janky. I think I should add more angles so it looks smoother. Maybe. Probably right. I thought it looks good. And I think it looks pretty good. It would be nice if there were more angles. It would look like a 3D model. It would be like super smooth. That'd be dope. Probably all right. I'll think about it. Mr. A. Specifically when the Sonic sprite is in a crossroad perspective, if you know that game. I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. I think you're just chatting, but I don't know. I don't know what he's saying, bro. Crossroad perspective, what? Never heard that one. Wait, hold on. You're debugging your tile set collision generator. Are you trying to do like collisions, slope collisions with tiles? Because there's an easier way to do that. And I've used it in my other Sonic engine. My other Sonic engine's all tiles. Here, I'm gonna send you what I used to do tile collisions. And this, what this does, it's kind of hard to set up. I set it up in my project. But instead of doing tile collisions, you make an object that goes on top of the tile. So it's like it knows where the tile is, and then it puts an object on top of the tile that's the same shape as the tile, and then you can have like object collisions, but it's just one object and it moves from tile to tile. So it's like, or you could do it in another way, and it's not object collision because you're using the height map anyway, so it's not really like, it's not something that cost a lot of it's not like a regular collision, and it works perfectly. Here, I'll show you. I'll send it to you. Mm-mm. It wasn't my idea. It's made by a pixelated Pope. So basically, you use this, right? Precise tile collisions. There's an example project link. So you could, if you read to the end, there's the project link. You could download the actual project instead of just copying the code. And basically, it's what my Yeah, you're doing basically what I already did. I feel like just sending you my project. I feel like just sending you my project so it's like easier on your life. But I want you to try to do it yourself because you could do it. My code is like, it's so much. You could probably do it better than I can, to be honest. And I did this like a year, like probably a couple years ago. I don't even know when, but you could definitely do it better. Mine is really good though. But watch my video. This uses the he spelled manually like that. Sounds like a chore. I can do that too, but I'm lazy. I might make a mistake. Yeah. You, the reason I did it manually, if you're listening, is because there is a way to generate the height arrays, but it's very slow. You'd have to do a surface check or a pixel check. So doing it manually makes your game like you could fix this by adding a loading screen. Here, I'll find you that too. Like if you want to have a loading screen, or if you there is a way. There is a way, but I couldn't find it. Like I've heard he says it in his video. There's this way like where he does like a clever like pixel thing or something with the shader. I'm not sure, but this is for yeah, yeah, it does like a surface check. Generate a tile map into a text file and then uses that generator. I wonder if you're smart enough to do that. I'm surprised you're having trouble doing this. Because I've never done that before and I don't even know what you're talking about. So it seems like you know what you're doing, right? Like, I feel like if you could do that, you could do this. Like, this is nothing then. Like making this engine would be nothing for you if you could do that. That is like some clever stuff right there. Hold on. Generate the height array is very slow. My idea is that would be interesting. So like you're gonna make like a separate program and it's gonna just generate all the height maps real quick and then you're just gonna put it into the code and it'll just like instead of you doing it like by yourself, you're gonna let the program do it. Did you read the Sonic physics guide? Like it's if you read the Sonic physics guide enough, you start to understand it. Because I read it over and over again. So I know how the physics work. You just got to read it over and over again and play the game and because once you get past the making the collisions work and getting the 4 modes to work, the physics itself is the easy part. all the physics code is in the Sonic physics guide. I mean, didn't you already got the collisions done though, right? I never played your engine though, but I gotta try it. But yeah, once you get the collision is the hard part, all right? That and I think you can do it because you seem to be knowing what you're doing. Like you're showing me like I've seen your code. I'm like I've never seen that code in my life. Like you did something that I've never seen before. So it's like you're definitely like good at coding because you're like I forgot what you did. You did something crazy. Yeah, I got it right here. You said var check y, scan step, calculate current position along the ray. If collision point, parse the collision. You're doing some like weird distance scan step. I don't even know what you're doing. You censor a distance, which looks correct. You have sensor found. I don't know why you have sensor found. Maybe you're checking if the sensor is working, but you're. It seems like you're trying to do it your own way, like I was, but at the same time trying to do it like the physics guide, and it's kind of weird because the physics guide it's not checking if the sensor is found; it's checking if a tile is found. Like if a tile is found, and then what it says is have a winning tile. So I'd have winning tile A or winning tile B for like the each sensor. So you'd have the tile that is won by the left center sensor or the tile that's won by the right sensor you have. My best advice, get one thing working at a time. Don't try to do it all at once. Like start off with the tiles, right? Getting all your tiles set up, and then start off with the arrays, and then do the checking which tiles, where the tiles are, the tile index, which tile, checking which tile it is, and then checking if your sensor hit the tile. You try to find the distance, and do all of these things one thing at a time, and then slowly it adds up. And what I've noticed is that you could have problems basically from, well, you could have problems from even the order of your code itself. Like I had trouble with my other engine. All of the code was in the wrong order, right? Like you'll check for the distance, but you'll get the wrong distance because your collision code's in the wrong spot, or your movement code's in the wrong spot. Everything has to be in the right spot in the right order. And the physics guide actually tells you that. It says you want his ground speed to be manipulated in the begin step or before any code that checks for collision. And if you got any problems with it, you would see it. It's hard to explain, but you just gotta keep trying it. Oh yeah, yeah, it does tell you the order what you want to do. Um, I don't get why it's like that. Like, when I first made it, I understand, like, why is it gotta be in a specific order? It doesn't make any sense. But it's true. It's very true. Like, you'll literally have glitches all over the place if you don't put it in the right order, and it doesn't really make any sense why. But I understand why, because just the way the setup is with the sensors, you have to make sure everything is updating correctly. Every variable has to update correctly. That's why, having what you're doing is correct. Getting each variable on the screen as like a debug menu. That's what I did as well. I have a whole debug menu to check if every variable is updating. That's all you got to do. You got to make sure every variable is updating correctly. Like, make sure your distance is correct. Make sure the sensor is being activated correctly. Make sure everything is on the right tile. Make sure everything is working. It's simple, but it's not simple. It's like, it can be a pain. Um, yeah, exactly. It'll check a frame behind. It will. Oh yeah, yeah. It's a complete recipe for disaster. It'll break the whole game. You got to make sure everything is working. What I did is, you can see it in my video. I actually slow the game down so you can see it frame by frame, and you can see that it's working correctly. Like, you could see that, like, when he touches the tile in slow motion, he goes on top of the tile, and like everything is like pixel perfect and everything, and mine works, Um, I already went through that whole process of reading the physics guide and like messing around with it and breaking it and it not working and everything. Don't worry, Mr. Purple. Yeah, it seems complicated, but all you gotta really do is make sure all your variables in the debug menu are updating correctly. And if you see something not updating correctly, you got to check where it is, like where that code is in the order. It's like you got to think about it, like, oh, would it would it update correctly if I put it before Sonic moves, or before after he moves, or before, I do this, or before I do that. That's pretty much all you got to do. You got to just you know what I mean? Things are annoying me now. You got to teach me how to do that. Put debugger points on certain lines of code. How'd you learn how to do that? I can't. I have not figured out how to use the debugger yet. I watched videos on it and I still can't figure it out. What are debugger points? See, you know things that I don't even know. Um, like those little red dots on the debugger. What do those do? I never knew what those did. Yeah, what do those red circles do? I never figured that out. I never used the debugger. I kind of just like wing it. I try to just make it work somehow. I always wanted to know. I couldn't find any videos on the debugger. And when you launch the game in debugging mode, the moment the game runs a line of code, when you launch the game in debugging mode, the moment the game runs a line of code with this red circle on it, the game will pause there and the game will pull up your code at that location. What? Hold on, what? So like